Just want to make sure that this is recording. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. And for those that are catching the replay, thank you. I appreciate it. If you enjoy what you hear, be sure to give us a like and share the video because I'm just going to be delivering content, some good information that you can apply within your business. So today's topic is 5 key traits of successful 6- and 7-figure earners. And of course, we're all desirous of amassing that type of income, but there's a lot of things that need to happen, a lot of things that need to be put in place in order for us to achieve that level of success. And so we're going to just mention 5 of those traits today. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. The first trait is they know exactly what they want, why they want it, and they recognize that it's sometimes larger than them. And so what this means is, we see the freedom, we see the lifestyle, and all of that is great. However, there is something deeper within that kind of motivates them to give their best and to do everything that they can to achieve this level of success. And a lot of times it is because they want to leave a legacy for their children, for their grandchildren. They want to build generational wealth. Whatever the reason is, they have developed a why. Maybe they grew up in poverty or not being able to have all of the necessities that they desired. And so I know as a parent, that's something that I struggled with coming up. And so I wanted to make sure that when I started to raise a family, that I could provide my children with everything that I didn't have. So whatever the reason is, you want to ensure that you stick to that, you get back to that, you keep in mind the reason that you're doing it, you keep in mind your why. And that's going to be really important, especially during times where challenges arise. You may be doing everything that you believe you're supposed to be doing inside of your business, and you're not getting the results in a timely fashion. And if you stick to the reason that you're doing it, your motivation, that's going to allow you to continue. The second point is they have a willingness to invest in their personal and business growth, even if that means temporarily making sacrifices. And so this is a key point, because a lot of times we want the results, but we don't really want to go through the effort. And so you have to ensure that if you're going to, again, acquire this level of success, that you make the investment in yourself. And sometimes that means making a sacrifice. And so if we like to go to Starbucks, every morning, or Dunkin' Donuts, and have that coffee or have that caramel macchiato or that donut or whatever it is, that's costing us $5 to $10, each morning, could we make the sacrifice for several weeks? Perhaps maybe make coffee at home and save that money so that we're able to invest within ourselves. The old saying says it takes money to make money, and that's definitely true, especially if you're building a business online. You want to ensure that you're constantly keeping abreast of your training, and you do that through personal growth and development. So again, be willing to make the sacrifice, whatever that may mean. Like I said, whether that's foregoing Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or eating out, for a week, because we understand that the sacrifice is going to be temporary, because we're going to, do the work so that we can attain to a certain level of success. The third point is they're willing to step outside of their comfort zone and take whatever necessary steps that are needed to get results. And I always believe that if your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. And so we always want to assess, create goals and assess them to make sure that that they're congruent with the outcome that we want to achieve. So if we're saying we want to be a 6-figure earner, we want to be a 7-figure earner, but we're afraid to get on camera and do a Facebook Live, for instance. We're afraid to, build an email list. We're afraid to get in front of a room full of people and talk about our business. Then are we really ready to achieve that said result? And so Again, if it's something that makes you nervous, there's a level of trepidation. Do it anyhow, because being scared is not adding any money to your bank account. And like Jeezy said, scared money don't make money. And so, we constantly want to invest in ourselves, put ourselves in situations that might make us uncomfortable, because again, practice is what is going to make perfect. The fourth step is they are self-motivated. They listen, they take immediate action, even if it doesn't always make sense. And so this is really important, because you have to have intrinsic motivation. Not always is someone going to be there to tap you on the shoulders to remind you to do this and to do that. You have to find whatever the motivation is for yourself, and be willing to do it, even if you're doing it alone. Inside of a lot of these businesses online, you're kind of a solopreneur. You're kind of doing things on your own, and if you are easily discouraged by that, seek out opportunities and seek out ways to build a network that can assist you with that. But no doubt, it's going to require self-motivation. And you have to kind of trust the process. Don't question every single detail. And that's going to be really important, because some things might not necessarily make sense if you're not at that level of whatever you're trying to achieve, and you're trying to get there. But if you allow yourself, and this is kind of going to move into step 5, but if you allow yourself to be trained by someone who is already at the level that you're trying to attain to, then you're going to do the work. You're going to follow their advice. You're going to follow the steps, even if it doesn't make sense to you. And that brings us to our 5th point, which is also our final trait. They're coachable. Despite the success that they experience, they still seek out ways and opportunities to further their growth and development. And that's really, really key, because we've all heard this saying that knowledge puffs up. And a lot of times when we think we've learned something, we think we know something, we no longer need to continue learning. But that's the furthest thing from the truth. If you want to continue to grow, so yes, you might make 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures with inside of your business, but if you want to keep that, you always have to be a student. And so be a student first. And so that's something that's really important, as I stated. And you can do this by investing in mentorships, trainings, masterminds, whatever it is. You just absolutely want to ensure that you don't allow the knowledge that you have achieved, that has allowed you to attain a certain result, to go to your head. There's still a measure of humility that should exist, that allows you to recognize that you need to continue furthering your education. And so this is, very simply, just 5 of the traits that I've recognized, that some of the 6 and 7 figure earners that I rub shoulders with and I have inside of my network. These are things that they all possess, and these are traits that we all should be working toward. And so, do we all have them? Absolutely not. But as long as we're continuing to work at them, that's key. And so this can be done, daily inside of our business. So anyhow, that's the 5 points that I have. I'm going to continue doing live streams, very similar to this in the coming days. And like I said, if you like the content that I delivered, please like it, share it. Share it with your network, and make sure that you like this page so that you can receive updates for future live streams. All right, that's it. Until next time, see you soon.